and the Mortars send it back the other way. Both teams' defenses have been staunch already. 3 shot clock violations total, 2 on the Outlaws. Here's Murph Butler out to Hoffman. Hoffman to Tyler Copen. Copen in on goal. And that one saved by Matt Kuhn. They're going to call a crease violation as well. Copen disagrees. But it won't matter as the Outlaws bring it back up the other way. Starting off with it and taking the first pass is Caden Howick. Howick comes off around the midline. Chapman holds onto it by the Herman sign. Shot clock down to 10. Chapman in the far circle. Double teamed, finds Gonzalez in the middle, an off-speed shot. And it's saved by Hauser, waiting for the rebound at the doorstep with Stainer, but it never came as Billy Hauser was able to control it in the crease. And control what Hauser did, but maybe too much so, it's stuck in the pads. So a wardrobe malfunction early on in this one as Hauser's trying to find it. And now he does, caught in the chest. 6:04 to go in the first and ticking. 1-0 Outlaws lead, hoping to pull off the upset as the 4th seed of 4 in these playoffs. First pass from Hauser goes to Samson and winds up in the stick of McClure now. McClure behind the crease. On goal, he scores! The Mordudes are on the board, and it's Rob McClure from the doorstep to tie the game up at 1. The Outlaws win the new draw. They're 2 for 3 on the day. Getting credit for the face-off win will be Malesio. His first pass goes out across toward Downey, but it's just wide. Tracking it down along the far boards is hopefully Chapman, at least for the Outlaws, but he surrenders it. Here's Stehanczyk once again. Stehanczyk will move it up the floor to Jonathan Miller, who had a beautiful ESPN highlight-style goal in the semifinal. That was his one and only point in the game. Miller sets the pick. Here's Stehanczyk, fires wide of Matt Kuhn. Stehanczyk tried to play the rebound off of his stick. Now he's able to corral it in by the Outlaw bench. Shot clock down to 7 as the last shot didn't hit the net, and Mutz can't bring it in from just beyond the glass, so it'll be Outlaw ball the other way. 4.5 to go in the first frame. 3 15-minute periods here to come. Quick shot by Downey is eaten up. And the former Philadelphia wing is stopped by PBLA superstar Billy Hauser. Now Sam Mutz back the other way. That one caught the back of the net. Interesting angle shot from Mutz. He's trying to track his own rebound down and up against the far glass. Lost it for a moment. Tyler Copen brings it in. Mutz again trying to fight for the loose change. He's able to pick it up and find Murph Butler on the far side. Butler to Hoffman. Hoffman ducks and dodges and fires one just wide. Played by Mutz, pardon me. Shot clock was down to 1, and a weird shot results in nothing but a violation for the Mordudes. Alessio, 1 of 4 new pairs of legs for the Outlaws to sub on. Alessio goes to Downey. Downey underneath shots of one bouncer. And saved again by Hauser. Played off the boards by Gonzalez, who's up the floor to Stainer. 3 and change to go. Stainer tried to find Racine, but he could not bring it in. Gonzalez placed off the glass. Gonzalez weaves his way around Chapman, looking for a pick, doesn't quite get it. Shot clock halfway expired. Gonzalez slings one out to Chapman. Chapman, a quick shot. That one saved again by Hauser. Shot clock will reset. It won't matter as the Mordudes take over for the moment. Murph Butler lofted one nearly out of bounds. Chapman wants to call. He won't get it. And now bring it up across the midline for the Outlaws on a fresh change. Chapman took a stick check up high and lost the ball in the corner. And turnover for the Outlaws. The Mordudes and Sam Mutz start with it. Mutz to Samson. Samson with a look. He's tripped up, lost the ball in the crease, and Matt Kuhn pounces on it. Great defense down the floor for this Outlaw team who has held the high-flying Mordudes just 1 goal And now a haywire pass from goaltender Matt Kuhn will result in a turnover. 2:20 to go in the first. Just a 1-1 ball game in this first period. Tyler Copen subs on, already getting calls from the Outlaw bench, knowing what Copen can do. Averaging 7 points per game in the regular season, leading the league in the category by a mile. As Samson got a look on goal, that was eaten up by Matt Kuhn. Racine with the ball right now for the Outlaws. Racine around the main circle. Takes double stick check, drops one off to Smith. Sean Smith lost the ball momentarily. Now he brings it in. Smith in on goal, but it dies out before it gets to Hauser, who will make it save easily. Hauser to Stahanzik. Tyler Copen back on the floor as Murph Butler will go right to him. Under 90 seconds to go in the first. Tyler Copen in the near circle. Copen out across, a quick shot on goal. The rebound out to Krause, and again turned away by Matt Kuhn. Two big saves by the Outlaw goaltender. The shot clock will reset as Hoffman out to Butler, who scores. Murph Butler gives them more due their first hit of the game. It comes in the latter minute of the first period, and it's 2-1 with 58 seconds and ticking. Outlaws win the draw. It's Will Mayen. And Mayen forces his way in for the face-off win, and the Outlaws will call timeout right off the draw. 30.4 seconds to go in the first period. It's the first stoppage of play called for either side, and it's a 2-1 more to lead in the championship. Time ticking in this first period coming out of the timeout. It was called by the Outlaws, their first stoppage of the game. 24 seconds on the shot clock will be disabled, though. It's just 17 seconds remain on the game clock. Sander couldn't bring it in cleanly up against the crease. And it'll be Hauser possession for the Mortues, and they'll call their first timeout with 11.5 to go in the first. So both sides exchange stoppages for the first period, and in the final 30 seconds of said period, 2-1 Mortues still lead through a 20-second period of time. Off the draw is the more dudes down the floor. Murph Butler takes the first pass to Stahanzik. Stahanzik with 3 seconds on the clock. Lost the ball behind the net, and there will be no shot to close the first period. Very well played defensive stand for the Outlaws to close the first set of 15 minutes. 2 more and 30 total minutes to come from Rizzo Rink. It's a 2-1 lead for the defending champs with the Frank and Doreen Menschner Trophy in the house. 15 minutes down and 30 more to come to decide the winner of the 2024 PBLA Championship game. The Frank and Doreen Mentioner's trophy sits next to me at the moment, but it will be in the hands of one of these two captains to close the night out. At the main circle to start the second period, it's Mayan and Samson. It'll be Samson's side winning the draw momentarily, but now Miller can't bring it in. Miller goes to Stahanzik. Stahanzik into the corner, takes a check into the glass, now bounces off of it. He goes to Samson, who came off the draw with possession. Samson goes up to Miller, and now Miller lost it. 1/3 of the way through the shot clock, and finally Ethan Krause will slow the pace up for the Mordies. Krause at the top of the near circle, takes the return feed from the corner. Krause in on goal, it's wide of Matt Kuhn. It'll bounce all the way back out to the midline. Losing the ball at mid-rink was Krause. It'll be a violation on the Mordudes, and so the Outlaws will start the fresh possession with it. Will Mayen will touch it first, but then we'll sub off. So change of personnel here for the Outlaws is Henry Chapman will go into the corner. Chapman has a pick set in front of him, looking for open space, has another one set. Halfway through the shot clock, Chapman to the middle, looking for Estrada, but it's knocked away. Now chasing it down the corner and picking it up. Shot clock down to 8 now, and eventually Hauser will scoop it up. Some late contact between an Outlaw and a Mordude in the back. That appeared from Alessio pop back up. He'll sub off though, 90 seconds into the second. Stahanzik, Butler, and on goal. That one off the pad of Matt Kuhn. Just barely snuck by him, but it's wide of the net. Matt Kuhn down the floor. That one in and out of the stick of Ian Bittenbender. Bittenbender chases it down below the clock. Fires him up to the top to Downey. Downey out toward Miranda, who will play it off a hop. Miranda at the midline to Downey. Downey tried to go to Racine, it's in and out of his stick, and tracked down by Miller. Sprinting down the floor is Jonathan Miller. Through the blue line, he goes to Butler. Butler to Hoffman, a quick shot, saved in front by Matt Kuhn. Miller is boxed away. Great defense there by Caden Howard, who takes a stick check up high. And that ball will fall all the way back into the stick of Billy Hauser. But great defense out in front by Caden Howard and crew for the Outlaws. Here's Hoffman. Hoffman drops it off to Copeland, who shot on goal, is saved by Kuhn. And coming away with it is Bittenbender looking for some help. Still not there. Bittenbender with a pump fake to Racine. Now he drops off to Downey with a quick shot. That one saved by Hauser. Both Downey and Copeland somewhat quiet early on in this one through the first period. Neither one with a point. And the two league leaders in points still coming up empty for the moment. The rebound on that shot comes back out to Luke Natchazel. This one bouncer goes wide of Matt Kuhn. Second chance is again knocked away by Rob McClure. That brings about some cheers from the Outlaw bench, and rightfully so, as Matt Kuhn slams the door on Samson. 3 quick saves for Matt Kuhn and the Outlaws. And they keep themselves just down by 1. Here's a quick shot by Butler, and the rebound will sail nearly out of play. And bounces back in. Natchazel from the top, just around the blue line. Tyler Copeland in front of him. Natchazel looking for a lane, doesn't find it. Now to Stahanzik around the near circle. Stahanzik on goal is saved by Matt Kuhn. And boxing him away was Tyler Copeland, who picks up a loose change. Copeland to Mutz, and that one around the back glass and sent all the way back down to Billy Hauser. So the Mordudes have opened up both of the first 2 periods with long offensive possessions. A ton of opportunities on goal, but none sneaking by Kuhn just yet in the second. That one no different as Stahanzik's shot was turned away. McClure now to the middle, looking for Stahanzik, has batted it down, and here come the Outlaws back the other side. Nathan Foreman takes the first pass. He'll slow up the pace, and he goes to Gonzalez, who subs on. Gonzalez around the capital sign. Through the blue line now along the far glass. Smith just came on with Gonzalez. Now Smith stumbles down awkwardly. Lost the ball for the moment. Here come the Mordudes the other way. 1-on-1, Butler versus Chapman, and Chapman wins it. Chapman knocks it away from Butler, and he's back the other way for the Outlaw offense. 10:20 to go in the second, so a 1-goal lead for the Mordudes as Chapman will back it up. McClure playing close defense on Chapman. That's Noah Franz on Chapman. Franz with a quick shot. That one saved by Hauser. The rebound to Murph Butler. And Butler slows it up again as Hoffman takes it up across the red line. Under 10 to go. Hoffman to Butler. Butler, one bouncer is seating up and saved by Matt Kuhn. Kuhn down the floor. He has a look with Racine. Racine out across. But a miscommunication there as Downey had a look. Now Downey trips up Butler, and that'll bring about a call. No penalty, possession awarded to the Mordues. Miller moves up the floor. Sam Mutz takes the pass. Mutz to Natch Hazel. Now slowing up the pace and firing a quick shot on goal. That's wide. The rebound bounced just wide of Evan Scott as well. Now Hoffman swats one towards the glass in front of us. Now he lost it. The Outlaws trying to fight for the ball in front. It's Howick who takes a quick shot, and the one bouncer is saved by Hauser. So Howick's first look on goal is turned away, but he's been busy on the defensive end, and so he is here as Hoffman has tried to get around him, and he's forced to back off as Stehanczyk takes the pass. Stehanczyk had a pick set, now turned away, fires a shot that found the post, at least in part, and the rebound back up to the top to Rob Heffron. Heffron to Stehanczyk, he scores! The first time either side has had a multi-goal lead tonight, and it's Jack Stehanczyk bringing about it for the Mordues. With his first of the game, it's 3-1. A defensive-heavy game early on, about halfway through, 8 to go in the second. 3-1 lead for the Mordues, as McClure, Butler, and now Stehanczyk have scored for the defending champs, whereas just Air Chapman has scored for the Outlaws. Off the draw is the Outlaws with possession. For the Mordues with possession. Moving it up is Daniel Rivera. Rivera looking for Scott. Now back to Rivera. Scott subs off. Rivera soon to follow. Here's Kraus. Now into the main circle. Officially halfway through this championship affair. 3-1 lead for the defending champs. Copeland, a flying attempt on goal. Off the top of the shoulder pad of Matt Kuhn. Rebound out to Samson. Samson to Hoffman. And Hoffman pressured away, sent into the corner. Up to the top, McClure. McClure's shot was definitely deflected wide and doesn't get quite close to Kuhn. The rebound out to Kraus, whose one bouncer is saved by Kuhn again. Rebound picked up by Samson, and the Outlaws can't seem to get a rebound during this possession. The Mordues have had it for the last minute total. Kraus trying to take advantage of that, and the rebound of his shot off the pad of Kuhn is picked up by Rivera. Now Chapman takes it for the Outlaws. Chapman below the circle, over the top, and turned away off the chest pad of Hauser. Back the other way with Stainer in defensive coverage is Miller, and his shot deflected wide. Good pressure by Joe Stainer. Samson tried to get a look on goal. That one turned away again. Berger launches one down. Chapman just subs on. Chapman in front of the crease, a diving look. He scores! Henry Chapman right off the bench dives one and gets it on the weak side of Hauser. And it's 3-2 with 6:20 to go in the second. And if the Outlaws can pull it out, Henry Chapman making an early case for championship game MVP with both of the Outlaws' goals to start this game. Under 6 to go in the second. Howick wins the draw for the Outlaws. Now should the possession with Stehanczyk back the other way, a goal scorer in himself. Stehanczyk into the corner. Gonzalez and Howick in coverage. Howick still staying strong without joining in the party as Mayen. The rebound comes out to the Mordues, and it's Joshua Palouse. Palouse to Miller. Miller back to Hoffman. Hoffman. Thomas V. Taylor sign out toward Copen. Stehanczyk. Mutz back to Copen. Copen in on goal. It's wide of Miller. The rebound comes back out to Stahanzik, and it gets in and out of the stick of Howick as well. And it'll die out in this near circle with the Outlaws with possession. Howick to Racine. Dan Racine. A behind the back look on Stainer, takes a stick check. And that'll stay with the Outlaws as they call an aggressive play there on the Mordues. Malesio tried to get one into Estrado, takes a hit high, and he is slow to get up behind the play. That'll bring about a stoppage. And Evan Scott was sprinting down the other side for the Mordues, but he will have to be stopped as an injured player is down on the floor. Time stops with 4:35 to go in the second. It's a 3-2 lead for the Mordues, and the injured player is semifinal hero Philip Malesio. Malesio will go to the bench for the moment. It'll be Mordude ball at mid-rink as Evan Scott had a fast break turned away. Tyler Copen will start with it at the midline. Copen into Hoffman. Hoffman around the top of this circle. A quick shot on goal. He scores. Hoffman makes the 2-goal game once again for the Mordudes. And it's now a 4-2 lead for the defending champs. Under 4 to go in the second. 4-2 lead now for the Mordues as Mayen won the draw initially, but it's picked away and stolen away by Noah Franz, the Mordues. Franz to the midline. Thought about going to Kraus, now he does. Kraus back out to Dalton Hoffman. Hoffman into Kraus. Kraus a one bouncer, maybe caught the leg pad of Matt Kuhn. It went off 95, but they won't call a dead ball. It still stays in play. Down the floor is Chapman. That one goes over his head and into the stick of Billy Hauser with a good heads-up play by the Mordude goaltender. Chapman still applying close coverage, but he'll step off as Jonathan Miller is back the other way for the Mordudes. Miller up to Nat Chazell. Nat Chazell into the main circle. He goes to Mutz. Mutz scores! Sam Mutz gets around Evan Swiker and makes the 5-2 lead for the Mordudes. Timeout called for the Outlaws. It's 2 in a row and 3 of the last 4 in the game for the number 2 seed. 2:45 to go in the second is where the clock will stop. 5-2 in favor of the 2-seeded Mordudes. .245 to go in the second. 5-2 lead for the Mordudes as the Outlaws win the draw, coming off the most recent Mordude goal. It's Dalton Hoffman and Sam Mutz to score in the second period to make it the 5-2 game. It is Gonzalez in on goal for the Outlaws, their first goal coming off a stoppage. It's saved by Hauser. A one bounce pass winds up in the stick of a Mordude and is shot wide. That player is Samuel Beamer, who takes his first shot of the game. The Beamer shot winds up in the netting. It's brought back by Chapman. Henry Chapman again to the scorer's box. He's had both the two goals for the Outlaws today. He scored. Now is a haywire shot. What a goal for the Outlaws. Henry Chapman made himself after a haywire pass, but it's put back home by George Downey. And who else but Downey to make it a 5-3 game in favor of the Mordudes with a quick and powerful answer for the Outlaws coming out of the timeout. So Chapman has scored a point on each of the three Outlaw goals today. Off the draw, it's a win for the Outlaws. Racine takes the first pass as Sean Smith and company sub on. Here's Smith out toward Racine, and that's wide. It's picked up by Miller. Miller down the floor. He has to Hanzik, and it's a save for Matt Kuhn. A one-on-none disadvantage is washed away by the Outlaw goaltender. He's way out of his own net now. Try to find Racine, but it's in and out of his stick. And tracking it down up on the far boards is Joshua Palouse. Palouse up the glass. Subbing on is McClure. McClure out to Butler. Pardon me, that's Copen. Copen in front. He went to Butler, and that'll bring about a whistle. As falling down in front of the net was McClure. Whistle will just reset the shot clock. It's back to the Mordudes. And now a timeout is called from the Mordudes sideline, it appears. And that will be the case. 29.7 seconds to go in the second. It's 5-3 Mordudes in the PBLA championship. Under 27 seconds to go in the second. Coming out of the stoppage is Hoffman for the second time. Dalton Hoffman from the blue line takes a one bounce past Matt Kuhn, and it's back to a 3-goal lead for the Mordudes, 6-3. And that will be it for the second frame. It is for the most part, and it will be. 30 minutes in the books at Rizzo Rink. 15 more to come to determine who will hoist the Frank and Doreen Menschner Memorial Cup. 15 more minutes of regulation could decide who hosts the Frank and Dorian Mention Memorial Trophy on this Wednesday night in August at Rizzo Rink. The Mordews did it last year. The Outlaws hoping to do it for the first time since 2019. They have work to do, down by 3. It's 6-3 for the defending champs. As Will Mahan wins the draw, and off the draw, it's a shot saved by Billy Hauser. Jeff Gonzalez takes the rebound, goes to the middle looking for Malesio. It's in and out of his stick, bobbled away and turned over. McClure fires one down to Tyler Copen. Copen has it bobble in front of him, and it's eventually scooped up by the goaltender Matt Kuhn for the Outlaws. Joe Stainer around the midline takes the next pass. Stainer with a one bouncer tried to find his way to Berger, but Berger had an awkward pick set and just couldn't get to the ball, and Miller takes it away for the Mordews, pardon me. Miller to Hoffman. Hoffman, Rivera, and Stahanczyk exchange looks. Stahanczyk to Kraus. Kraus in that middle circle. Out to Hoffman once more. Hoffman, Stahanczyk inching his way on goal, and it's saved by Matt Kuhn. Kuhn drops off to Chapman, who has all 3 points and the 3 goals today for the Outlaws and had the first 2. Chapman through the blue line, between the circles, fires a shot, and it's caught in the shoulder pad of Hauser. Taking the first pass from Hauser was Samuel Beamer. And Beamer drops it off to Hoffman, who goes to Butler instead. Butler, Krausen on goal, a one bouncer, and it sails out of the rink. And potentially by Dunkin' Donuts there on the other side of the wall. So a save made by Matt Kuhn. And it's Mordews ball as Butler goes around to Kraus. Kraus around the far circle. Kraus in the crease, diving attempt turned away. And it'll be going back the other way for the Outlaws. So the brief stoppage of players that try to figure out who should take it. It is the Outlaws with the ball. And it's Philip Malesio, who's back on the floor after going off late in the second with a wrist injury. He's back on. He makes the pass out toward Chapman. Malesio muscles his way on goal, but Chapman didn't have the look. Chapman takes a stick check into the corner. Fires one back toward Malesio, but is in and out of the stick. And here come the Mordews back the other way with Rivera. Rivera in a one-on-one, a shot, and it's between the legs of Matt Kuhn and saved. Chapman takes the first pass. Chapman to Berger. Berger between the blue line and mid-rink. Berger on goal. It's off the post, loose in the crease, and turned away. Jack Stahanczyk with a heads-up play. A whistle sounds behind the play. And it's a call against the Mordews. As Sean Smith will start with it for the Outlaws, as there was a check in the helmet. Now some words behind the play as Stainer and Natchhazel will shove. And that appears to be a call on Stainer, who still has some words for Natchhazel. Time still taking below 11:30 in the third. It's a 6-3 Mordew lead, and it appears they're going to have an opportunity to extend it. Time stops now with 11:26. And we'll see who the call is on. And it appears to be Stainer, and it is. It had been a clean game up until then. The first penalty of the game was a 2-minute penalty on Stainer for an illegal cross-check. That was involved in the shoving after the play. 11.5 to go, but the next 2 will be a 5-on-4 in favor of the Mordews, who already lead by 3. Here's Dalton Hoffman, a quick shot off the leg pad of Matt Kuhn. And with some speed, it's Evan Swiker back the other way for the Outlaws. Swiker coming off an injury in the semifinal. It was a hamstring pull. Still was able to get back on to make a defensive, possible game-saving play in the final 30 seconds. Swiker, those subs off now behind the play as Downey hurries around with it. Jeff Gonzalez is on for Swiker. Downey on goal. It's eaten up before it got to Hauser with the shot clock dwindling. And we'll see what the call is here. Is one official signals a deflection, and it appears to be outlaw ball still. They say it goes off the Mordudes, so Henry Chapman will begin with it for the Outlaws in the corner. So the Outlaws catch a break. They've killed half the penalty already. Chapman looking for Malesio at the top, but he couldn't find him. Great defense by Miller on Chapman. Gonzalez sets the pick, identifying that Chapman may need some help. Chapman around the blue line, looking for open space. Sapphires went in on goal, and off the back netting, it'll be out of play and whistle dead. Back the other way come the Mordudes with 90 seconds to the penalty killed. Just 30 more on the man up for the Mordudes, and that'll be a quick change right back to the Outlaws as the Hanzik misplayed it off the back glass. Here's Malesio in the main circle. Malesio over and back as Rivera heads up play to push him over that midline. Rivera now forces the issue in on Copen, turned away. Tyler Copen denied, so is Samson. The door is slammed shut twice by Matt Kuhn. Samson, the league leader in points, and Tyler Copen are both denied. Back the other way comes Malesio, and it's in and out of his stick. And that would have sent the Outlaw bench into a frenzy if Malesio could bring it in. Friends, there's the Mordudes back the other way. The penalty has expired, so a good kill by the Outlaws. Both teams are combined now 0 for 1 after Stainer's 2-minute call. Here's Tyler Copen. Copen slicing through, turned away by Matt Kuhn. And the ball is sent just below the scorer's box. Here's Miranda the other way. The Outlaws may start forcing the issue. Down 3, under 9 to go in the game. Paul Berger by the Herman sign. Berger from the top of the circle. A shot on goal. It's off of Hauser and off the backboards. Here's Natch Hazel with speed. Natch Hazel's a one-on-one. He beats the play, gets a shot off, beat the defender, but it's wide of Matt Kuhn. Caden Howick back the other way. Howick to Stainer. It's in and out of his stick. Downey slows the pace, takes a quick shot on goal. It's eaten up by Butler. Natch Hazel again pays the ground ball. Natch Hazel trying to evade Chapman. A good offensive play by Henry Chapman. And it winds up in the second Evan Swiker on the far side. Swiker will loft one toward Matt Kuhn, who picks it up. Kuhn evades the defenseman, and Kuhn launches one down off the back netting. A smart play though to avoid the issue out in front of the net. It will be a turnover nonetheless for the Outlaws. Under 8 to go in the third now. And that amount of time separates the Mordudes from a potential championship. 6-3 they lead. Kraus takes the pass from Hoffman. Now to the far side in Sam Mutz. Right back down to Kraus in the far circle. Kraus to the top. McClure a shot, and it's saved by Matt Kuhn. Kuhn goes to Chapman, who has plenty of speed in him. Chapman below the blue line. Chapman slows the pace. And on goal, it's a quick shot and a quick goal. A much needed one, and it's another assist for Chapman. Philip Malesio will beat Hauser up high. It's back to a 2-goal affair with 7 minutes to go in the third. So Chapman with 2, Downey and Malesio each with 1. As they tally the scorecard on the Outlaw side, Will Mayen wins the draw for the Outlaws. Looking to continue to cut the game back down. It hasn't been a 1-goal game since late in the first. Noah Samson back the other way. Samson has shot, and it's saved again by Matt Kuhn. Kuhn lofts one down as Malesio once more, and on goal, and coming out of his net to make the save was Hauser. It'll go out to play off the pad of Hauser, and so it'll stay Outlaw ball, but a smart and good save made by the Mordude goaltender. Chapman begins with it behind the back, look for Stainer. And again, the 46-year-old with an interesting move there in front of the crease. Filling up the pace back the other way is Beamer. Beamer drops it off to Heffron. Heffron wound up but didn't take the shot. Heffron Kraus. Kraus a shot. It goes off the pad of Matt Kuhn and off the ceiling of 95. 5:40 to go in the third now. Here's Hoffman between the circles. Hoffman just inside the blue line. Out toward McClure. Rob McClure in on goal. It's eaten up, and the 5-hole is denied by Matt Kuhn. Under 5.5 to go now. Still a 2-goal lead for the Moore Dudes. Sean Smith had that one go behind him. Dalton Hoffman picks up a loose change. Hoffman held up just a little bit. A pump fake by him. He goes to Miller. Miller through the midline. Jonathan Miller on goals off the back glass and brought it in by Downey. Downey lost one in, and a miscommunication there as they'll go over the glass and out near the locker room area. Moore Dude ball with under 5 to go in the third. McClure. Hoffman just outside the blue line. In on goal to Copen. Copen a shot saved by Matt Kuhn and out of play. So it will be a reset as Copen will just pause where he left, or restart where he left off. With a fresh shot clock, he goes to Stehanczyk with his first look. Stehanczyk by the Roman Catholic sign in the far corner. In on goal, that one wide. Narrowly missing an official. Here's Copen, the shot clock halfway expired. Copen evades, trying to get around Stainer. He can, maybe not, as he forces the pass to Kraus. Shot clock down to 5. Kraus buffs one over the head of his intended target in Copen. And another miscommunication results in a turnover. 4 minutes to go in the third. Time still ticking, you know a timeout was called. And now it'll stop with 3:56 on the clock. And correction, no timeout. It's a penalty called on the Outlaws, and that is a costly call on Evan Swiker. So 2 third-period penalties on the Outlaws may cost them here as Swiker gets called up for this one. Swiker, his penalty results in 2 quick Copen shots, and they're both turned away by Matt Kuhn. McClure chases one down the corner with a fresh clock. He goes to Stehanczyk. Stehanczyk between the circles. That one again wide of Matt Kuhn. Trying to bring it in as Miranda, but he couldn't get it in cleanly. And Stehanczyk will have a chance to reset. Stehanczyk to McClure. Under 3.5 to go in the third. Stehanczyk to Hoffman. Hoffman, a quick shot. It's died out before it got to the net. Copen instead fires that one wide. The rebound is picked up by Miranda, and here come the Outlaws the other way with some efficiency. Miranda to the middle, and it dies out before it got to the intended target in Nathan Foreman. Next pass goes to Mutz. Or pardon me, McClure on the far side. Halfway through the man down are the Outlaws, but only 3 to go in the third. McClure slows up the pace. He's got time to waste. Under 10 on the shot clock. Here's Mutz. Sam Mutz by the scorer's box. 3 to go. A quick pass to Heffron, and another pass will be one too many. Violation on the Moore Dudes. Still 30 seconds to go on the man down for the Outlaws as Caden Howick takes it up. Chapman and Racine sub on. Howick around the blue line, trying to hold on to it. Samson with good defensive coverage. Howick tried to fire it after the Racine, but he couldn't bring it in. Back the other way is McClure. That was deflected away and off the back bricks. 5 seconds to go on the man down, 2 to go in the game. Samson exchanges looks with McClure. McClure tried to put it away there, but it's turned away by Matt Kuhn. Samson between the circles, up to Heffron. We're back to even strength. Heffron, McClure, the return to Heffron with 1:45 to go. A 2-goal lead for the Moore Dudes. McClure on goal, eaten up by Howick. The rebound winds up in the pads of Matt Kuhn. Kuhn lost it, and now he has it. 90 seconds could separate the Moore Dudes from a championship. Stainer takes the first pass. The Outlaws have pulled off a miracle before. They'd need 2 goals in 90 seconds to do it again. And evading a move was Berger, but a whistle sounds as Natch Hazel went down behind the play, and it's back to a Moore Dude offensive possession. Samson goes to Miller. And winds up in the stick of Hoffman after one more facilitator pass. That was from Evan Scott. Hoffman is pickpocketed. A race for the ball. Miranda trying to win it. Is knocked away past him. Still a ground ball around the blue line as Hoffman will recover. Hoffman toward the net as intercepted. Here comes Malesio. Now pardon me, Chapman. 45 seconds to go. Chapman evades. Needs a quick shot. He's into open space. Chapman a one-on goal. It's wide and it's off the back glass. And back to Mordew ball. 35 seconds to go. 8-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The Outlaws are going to need a steal if they are to make the miracle. Here's Miller. Double teamed in the corner. He's able to get away, and a timeout is called by the Mordews. 23 seconds to go in the third and final period of regulation. 6-4 lead for the defending champs, and the Outlaws' time is running out. .23 seconds separate the Mordews from a second championship in a row. Evan Swiker with a steal off the draw. Never mind, it's taken away by Stahanzik, and Stahanzik's shot is eaten up by Matt Kuhn. 14 seconds to go. The Outlaws need to hurry up. Chapman has it at the midline. Chapman needs a quick shot, has it pickpocketed away. Krause has the ground ball in front of him. It's picked up by the Outlaws. 3 seconds to go. The Mordews have won the last three. Make it 4 in a row. It's back-to-back titles for the Mordews. The defending champs repeat at Rizzo Rink in 2024. It's a 6-4 final score in full time between the Outlaws and Mordews. Neither team led by more than 3 throughout the entire game. It was a true back and forth affair, but since the end of the first period, when the Mordews took a 2-1 lead in the final 60 seconds, it was all Mordews and all the defending champs down the stretch. McClure, Huffman, Butler, Stahanzik, and Mutz all score goals, with Hoffman scoring 2 and the game winner. For the Outlaws, it was Chapman scoring 4 points in the game, but just 2 of them coming by way of the goal. The first 2 in the game, 1 in each of the first 2 frames. The Frank and Dorian Menster Memorial Cup will be presented now at mid-rink after the handshake line is done. A valiant effort by the Outlaws of the 4 seed to defeat the top-ranked Thunder in miracle fashion on Monday night, but it's the Mordews who cruise to victory in the semifinal and won another valiant effort in the championship, 6-4. Be sure to stay tuned for the presentation of the Frank and Dorian Menster Memorial Cup when we come back on PBLA-TV. There you have it. The 2024 PBLA season comes to a close. It is the Mordues repeating as champs in 2023 and 2024. For the entire PBLA staff, I'm Caden Stewart, signing off from 2024. Thank you all for a good season. We'll be back next year with the last one before college, and we'll see who comes out on top in 2025. For now, it's the Delco Mordues with a 6-4 win over the Outlaws.